What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Rhea and Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. This podcast is presented to you by Pepsi Wild Cherry. We are always stacked with our Pepsi Wild Cherry, zero sugar, sitting right next to us. Pepsi Wild Cherry is the most flavorful, delicious, refreshing soda out there, and we love to get wild with our Pepsi Wild Cherry. Whether you are staying in this weekend, or maybe you're heading out for a night out, or maybe you're just going to dinner, whatever you're doing, you can get a little wild beforehand with your Pepsi Wild Cherry. So make sure you head to a store. We love the fact that you guys are listening to the show, getting that little tingle in your mouth and going, man, I got to get to the store and get your Pepsi Wild Cherry, and then tagging us on Instagram. So keep doing that. We love to see it. We love resharing on Chicks in the Office and our pages. So go get your Pepsi Wild Cherry.
Yeah, delish.
And
pairs
get
well with
wild.
any meal.
It really
too,
does.
You know?
It just has that crisp flavor.
Ideally, a nice Pepsi Wild Cherry and like a crispy slice of pizza.
Yum.
You know?
Oh my God.
Ugh.
Like that buffalo chicken.
Yeah.
With the Pepsi Wild Cherry. A beautiful combination. So
exactly.
Get
Get
Pepsi,
on it, guys.
Get your Pepsi Wild Cherry and get wild with us.
Scrumptious.
Reminder. Live show tickets are still
Woo!
on sale. Our first show is in Charleston next week. It's going to be so much fun. We cannot wait to hang out with you guys. And when we get closer to that time, and if you come to the show, we'll give you some details about maybe, hanging out with us after the show. So we'll get into that. If you want to do a little hangout on a Friday night in Charleston.
Party hats on, people.
Yeah, we will be there. So we're super excited for that. And there are still tickets available for Atlanta, New Orleans, LA, and Austin. Ohio sold out. Thank you guys. Thank you to the beautiful people of Ohio, and thank you to everybody else who has bought tickets. We're super excited for the shows. And you've been on the fence. Do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Just come. You're gonna have a great time, and don't be afraid to come alone. It's always a good time. Make friends at the show.
Yep.
Make friends with us. We always have a blast.
Agreed.
So check those tickets out.
I believe there are actually, if you are trying to go alone, there are for Charleston and Columbus, a couple scattered
Right.
Possible.
That always happens where
Yeah.
there's scattered solo seats
Yep,
and people are
yep.
afraid to take them. But don't be afraid. I've heard really great stories about people who have gone alone and have made friends with other girls at the show.
Yeah, everyone I've talked to at a show that's like, oh, I came here alone and I was nervous, but I'm having so much fun.
Right. And you make friends with other people who go there
Everyone
alone
in the
or
meet and
groups of
greet,
people.
I always am assume they're best friends forever, and they're like, we just met 5 minutes ago.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so fun to see. I love it. So go check out those tickets. Still on sale now. How are we doing today?
Noah, are you excited for your fits?
Oh, yeah. Noah's going to get some fits off.
Yeah.
I will say we haven't really talked about it. It's on the graphic when we're sharing tickets, but Abercrombie is one of our sponsors for our tour, which we're so fucking excited about.
So excited.
If you said to me, Fran, at any point in the last 4 years, what would my dream collaboration be for us? Abercrombie.
Right.
It's true. I've been going through my photos and deleting old screenshots and things like that. Actually, it's it's actually very nice. My friend Liz, who, if you follow her on Instagram, Liz Woods, she posts about how it's a great way to filter through your photos is Liz P. Woods, I should say. She has her initial in there. To go through your photos every day, you just write in the search bar the date. So today we're recording is 2/20. I go into 2/20 and I just go through all my pictures and delete. And each day I've been doing it. It's been very enjoyable. You start at the beginning of the year, by the end you're in a good place. And I had the pictures of us came up yesterday from when we were in LA for the Hunters.
I had the same
premiere, Amazon
memory thing.
Prime. And I had a screenshot of my Instagram, and I had posted, I was wearing a dress from Abercrombie, and I literally in my caption was and it has pockets, at Abercrombie, and the comments were oh my God, we Abercrombie, and that was the beginning of 2020. That was February 2020. So it's been a long manifestation for this to come true, but
Right.
here we are.
Abercrombie is fantastic. We're so excited. We wear Abercrombie basically every day. This t-shirt I'm wearing right now is Abercrombie.
Yep.
I wear their t-shirts literally every day.
Like beige sweatsuit matching set I was wearing on Monday.
Abercrombie. And so
They're dressing us.
they are. Our outfits will be from Abercrombie.
Gabby when he's coming to Tampa.
And they're dressing us.
They're
And
dressing us.
They're dressing Noah as well. And honestly, like I'm so excited because we love all the clothes
Yeah.
and we got to pick out some outfits. And so
And we've been getting our mans dressed in Abercrombie too. I shop for Joe so much stuff.
No, I know every single like birthday, holiday,
Yeah.
whatever. I've strictly gotten clothes from Abercrombie. And when we talked to Abercrombie, I was like, listen, if you need me to make some videos, of a man modeling,
Dressing my guy up.
If you need a man to model these Abercrombie clothes, I got one for you. Always rocking the best jackets, and now Noah has followed.
I bought a bunch of Abercrombie last year, even before this happened.
Yeah, so this is
So-
really, really
Yeah,
exciting
I've been on the
stuff.
train for years, back on the train for years. So we could not be more excited for that too.
Yes, so thank you, Abercrombie. We are so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about our outfits
Same.
and all of that. But how are we doing today, guys?
Good.
Good?
Yeah. I'm having a good day.
Having a good day?
Yeah.
Today, what day is today?
We're recording.
Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
Oh my God. I thought it was Thursday.
Yeah, no, it's
it actually just hit me that today is Tuesday and not Thursday.
Fair.
Happy birthday, Mom. It's my mom's birthday.
Happy
Yes.
birthday, Mrs.
Happy
Ives, the beautiful and wonderful Mrs. Ives, who we love very much. I hope you have the best birthday, and I hope you have a great dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Or, well, it'll already be past.
And Sarah's birthday is
Tomorrow.
today.
Yeah.
Technically.
Well, went on the podcast.
I know.
Yes, so happy birthday.
I always get confused when I'm talking about the day of.
I know, and I feel like we confuse other people, too.
We definitely
Because then
do.
we have to clarify that we record the day before it comes out.
Yes, Wednesday, February 22nd.
First.
First. Thursday is the
Thursdays.
22nd.
God, my days of the week I'm also losing completely.
Oh God, I hopefully this will be the last time I have to complain about a furniture company on this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think
Not
it'll be the
one
last
we
time.
work with.
No. Let's just say FedEx made a fucking enemy out of me today. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm a UPS stan.
Yeah.
FedEx made an enemy out of me today.
You came into the studio with a face that I have not seen on you in a long time.
I know. I know.
It was full, just like
She's doing a blank.
death glare.
Yeah.
Like almost where I almost like looked at Noah and Sarah to be like, don't look her in the avert your eyes. Avert your eyes.
It'll
Don't make
burn.
eye contact. You don't know what she's gonna say.
Oh,
All the good
my
vibes
God.
were sucked out of the room.
No. We immediately started laughing because I had to call it out. I was like, that was the stankiest face
and
I've
I also
ever
feel
seen.
like not fair to say all the good vibes because I always, even when I'm in a bad mood, I
Yes.
joke around about.
Oh no,
about the
we
bad
were
mood.
laughing 3 seconds later.
But I fucking hate them. So I ordered a dining room table. Okay. Simple. I thought that it would just show up.
Right.
I get a call from FedEx this morning, and this lady, I say, instead of the other word I want to use,
See you next Tuesday.
she says to me, we showed up at your apartment and they refused the delivery.
Yeah.
I said, they refused the delivery? What do you mean they refused the delivery? Nobody called me. I would expect them to at least call me. So immediately I'm mad at my building because I'm like, why wouldn't you just call me and we'll figure something out? Like you just, and then I was looking at my email, I had no email, nothing.
Right.
I'm like,
you're like, they just sent it back.
they just sent it back and no warning?
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm like, okay, well, can we please reschedule this delivery and I will notify my building when you are showing up so that they do not refuse this delivery. And she was like, no, we can't reschedule it. My guys are not coming back because it's an overweight object. It's over 75 pounds. It's 104 pounds. Like, we can't deliver this. And I'm like, but you already
did.
delivered.
Right.
You already said, can we just reroute,
Yeah.
She's like, no, it's going back to the facility. You need to come to the facility and get it. And she's like, you need to come to Moonaki and get it. And I'm like, first of all, where the fuck is Moonaki? I'm like, okay, can you spell that for me? And she hits me with It's spelled exactly how it sounds. The word Moonaki.
Moonaki could be spelled a million different ways. It's a town I have never heard of.
The word Moonaki is not like the word cat, where it's how it sounds. Right. Moonaki. So, how do you spell Moonaki?
No, I took a guess and I was wildly wrong. I said Munaukee.
No, turns
I thought
out
maybe like one of those.
Right. Turns out Moonaki is in New Jersey and it's spelled Moonachie. That's Moonaki.
Yeah,
but the fact that she hit me with it's spelled exactly how it sounds.
That is not what you would think.
Like, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuckyu.
You know,
spell that for me, lady.
I can't imagine.
I'm sorry.
I can't imagine this was a pleasant phone call.
No. So then we're going back and forth
on either end.
No, I'm nicer on the phone than I'm being right now. Yeah. She's like, I can't deliver back to you, and I'm like, why are you? I said this to her. I said, why are you acting like I ordered illegal items?
Right.
Because the tone that she was using with me, I said, this doesn't seem like it's my fault.
Right.
You don't deliver items over so why did you accept this delivery?
Yeah,
how did you get your hands on my fucking package?
How did it even make its way to FedEx?
That's overweight. How did it get there if you don't accept those deliveries, lady? So she's like, you got to come to the facility. You got to come to Moonaki. I'm like, well, I don't have a car big enough to fucking fit this item. So I hang up the phone. I tell Matt what happens. He's like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, the building refuses. I'm gonna go downstairs. Goes downstairs, talks to the building. The building's like, that delivery never showed up here. First of all, I fucking stuck your couch in. They didn't say this, but I stuck your couch in. Obviously,
we know each other like that.
I would sneak your dining room table in too. Yeah. So he calls me. He's like, they didn't deny the delivery. I'm about to call FedEx. So he gets on the phone with FedEx, and FedEx tells him.
Did he speak to the same woman or a different person?
We both spoke to a woman. We're not sure if it's the same one.
Okay.
He said his woman was also really nasty. So if I had to guess, it's the same one. Tells him they never even showed up to the building. FedEx admits their lie and says, no, we never delivered this package because it's overweight. We don't deliver overweight packages. So first of all, now you're telling me you lied to me. And now we got to come to Moonaki, New Jersey to get this fucking package? Yeah. So Matt had to go rent a U-Haul and drive to Moonaki to get this dining room table. He's like,
is like the dining room table is like the price of the dining room table worth the amount of money that had to been spent today to get the fucking dining room table?
Honestly,
it is a beautiful table, I will say. Like I am excited to see what it looks like.
I want to go look at the price of it.
Because
the U-Haul was not expensive, thankfully.
Okay.
And
yeah.
He had to get. I am just like dying laughing because I couldn't be there we're recording right now, so I couldn't be there for the U-Haul and watch him drive this U-Haul, and it's cracking me up thinking about him going
back
to pick up a U-Haul
to
just one item to go to Moonaki to our apartment. I'm just like, the balls on FedEx to try to blame this on me. Like, why are you acting like I got contraband delivered to the apartment?
You better you know what you should check, though, to make sure that you didn't get charged for delivery fee. Like, you should not get charged for
good call
that at all. Because
Thank you for standing with me. You stand with me?
I stand with you.
Noah, do you stand with me?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Say, I stand with you.
Especially for, like, shipping things that are that expensive and big things. Like, the fees are always huge, and you should not have to pay those.
Thank you. And you know what? You're right. I'm going to look into that after. It's just,
Yeah.
Like one of those, like, are you fucking serious, lady? We can laugh about it now because we now have the table and it's going to be great.
Yeah.
But like, go fuck yourself. Ugh. Seriously. I hope she sleeps really well tonight. And then
bad day to be that lady.
No, but here's the thing, like, a bad day to be that lady, like, maybe listening to this podcast, because I was very nice over the phone.
Yeah, right.
I wasn't. Right. Besides when I said, like, do you think, like, why are you acting like I got illegal items delivered? Because this is your problem, not mine. just fucking riled me.
You got anything large coming in anytime soon that could pose any more issues?
Everything large got
Taken
delivered
care of.
today.
Okay, good.
To my
as far as you know.
no, I got the.
Okay.
My building sends me
Oh,
images.
good. Okay.
Everything is done now. Everything's delivered. Why was that such a problem?
Fucking too heavy, man.
Like, don't accept. It's just as simple as don't accept the packages.
Right.
And that is all. And we can laugh about it now going forward because I'm going to be going home to a beautiful table.
I hope your entryway table doesn't cause you this much stir.
Francesca, if it does, it's staying at FedEx. I almost said, let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
You know, that I got to the point where I was like, let's just leave it at FedEx. And Matt was like, I'm going to go pick it up.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get this table.
Imagine you're just in a standoff for months. They're calling you like, we have this package, and you're like, I refuse to come get it.
It just was.
I wonder what they would do. I guess maybe would they send it back to where it came from? Like, would they send it back to the company? They don't ship things over.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
75 pounds, so she says.
My biggest problem really was that she lied to me.
Yeah.
Saying,
right.
telling
she tried to
me
say it was your fault.
that
is always frustrating. They say this is on you.
Like, you're a little liar.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Like, you should talk to somebody about your lying problem.
Totally got
because
caught
we
in a
caught
lie.
you. Get your story straight.
Mhm.
How about that? Yeah, so that's that. And hopefully that'll be the last of my furniture debacles.
Yep.
Hopefully that'll be the end of that.
Yep.
Yep.
I think you'll be good to go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I'm a UPS stand for life.
Yeah.
You know?
Or what's the Kevin James one?
IPS.
Yeah.
IPS.
King of Queens.
Yep.
He wouldn't have done that to me.
No.
No, he wouldn't have.
Nope.
It's all right. All right. Moving on to the topics. If anybody works at FedEx, this is, don't take this personally.
What if FedEx?
Don't take this personally. I said I'm absolutely fucking done with your company. I will never work with you again. But
don't
take that personally.
Don't take it personally. Okay, it's not about
They have
you.
your picture like hanging in their headquarters now.
It's about
do not deliver.
It's just you and the relationship with
that one lady.
One lady. You didn't get her info?
I didn't get her info. She was so nasty.
Yeah, it's a damn shame.
She was so nasty.
That's a requirement.
And I'm only saying that solely because I like in a story, like I wish we could give her a name. You know,
just need a name,
like for literally no other reason than just to give her a name.
And then when we have a problem with somebody going forward, we refer to them by this woman's name.
Yep.
Which I'm sure she's had a long day. You know, I'm sure she deals with a lot of bullshit deliveries.
I'm sure she does.
You didn't pull the. Let me speak to your manager.
I'm sure she does, but she that was a lie.
Yeah, she's a liar, and I hope she does not represent the entirety of the FedEx community. That's all I'm saying. It probably feels so good for her to be like nasty like that, right? Like she's just like,
I don't know,
or like she must hang up the phone and like laugh a little bit,
Maybe.
like, man, I got her.
Maybe, or she's just like this fucking sucks.
Or she's just a miserable fucking lady and that's her life.
Yep.
All right, well, anyways. Now I feel bad that I was mean to FedEx, but it's all right.
Well, that's because you just let it all out. Now
it's
all out there.
Right now, the feeling's all gone, and it's like,
yep,
it's all okay now.
Well, you vented, and that's what happens.
Right at the end of the venting,
you're like, why? That was a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm recalling me spelling out "fuck you," and I'm ooh,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We live and we learn. Anyways,
Yeah,
moving on. Let's
yeah.
get into the topics. We're going to be talking about the Sandoval article that came out that was
doozy.
Insanity.
One specific quote.
Right.
It's a very long article.
Very long for a guy that shouldn't have that long of an article.
Yeah.
Hoda and Jenna, they laugh about the Kelly Rowland situation that we talked about on Monday. Bridgit Mendler has a lot going on.
She sure does.
We got to talk about Bridget. And Barry Keoghan did a new shoot with W Magazine, and the pictures are quite grotesque. And we had a little bit of a Bachelor recap with Trent. So let's get into it. Starting off with the topics. You can get on your way to good hair days in just 5 minutes with Ouai's new hair gloss. Not only does hair gloss give you immediate shine straight from the shower, it also helps treat damage and enhances color vibrancy to get your hair looking and feeling healthier. Every time somebody asks me what products I use on my hair, it's just Ouai products. I've been using the leave-in conditioner for years now. I love the Ouai hair oil. I love all their body scrubs. I use their body cleanser as my soap in the shower. And now their new hair gloss is such a dynamite product to add into your rotation. You can get your shine on in the shower with Ouai's new hair gloss. It's made with hyaluronic acid and rice water. Ouai's hair gloss provides immediate shine, helps treat damage, and enhances color vibrancy. What I love about this is it also lasts for 3 washes. Whether you wash your hair 3 days in a row, whether you wait a couple of days to wash your hair, that vibrancy, that shine, the way it treats your hair lasts for 3 washes. You put a little bit into your hands, rub it in, and you may not feel it right away, but once you rinse it out, you will feel that glossy, beautiful, shiny texture in your hair, and there's truly no better feeling than that. According to a consumer perception study, over 85% of participants agreed their hair looks shinier, healthier, and smoother, which I can agree with. Ouai's products are the absolute truth, guys. I've been using Ouai products for years. It's seriously the only hair products that I've used religiously, and I could not say better things. So give your hair a glow up with Ouai. Go to THEOUAI.com and use promo code CHICKS for 15% off any products. That's THEOUAI.com, promo code CHICKS. Once again, it's spelled OUAI, so go to THEOUAI.com, promo code CHICKS. So this New York Times Tom Sandoval article has dropped.
Yes.
And it's as bad as you could imagine.
It's an extremely long article. I will say, like, way more detailed than I would think. The headline is How Tom Sandoval Became the Most Hated Man in America. It's written by Irina Alexander, and she spends time with Sandoval. She's at his house. She gives background on the show. There's a lot of informative pieces to this that folks like us, we know, how Vanderpump started, the dynamic, but she does really give more of an insight into, I would say, like, the world of Sandoval in a way that, like, Sandoval is so in deep at being Sandoval, like, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Like, she does kind of allude to how most reality shows of this nature following a specific group of people, like, just doesn't last this long. Where, like, even the housewives, yes, some stay on, but, like, if you've reached your time, you're fired. And of course, there's been Vanderpump people that have come and gone and whatever, but it's been on for a long time. And it does kind of seem like the message she's trying to get across is that he's, like, such a product of his own, like, reality almost. I don't know how I can try to explain it. Like, he's a product of being on this show for so long where it has really just it's funny, like, to call it reality TV, but him being on reality TV has taken him so out of reality.
That is a good way to put it. And I feel like he has truly become a villain.
Right.
Like, and not in a fun movie or the reality show villain sense of the word. It's like he's really basked in this hatred towards him.
Right. And I don't know. It's
almost gone in the opposite direction of, like, usually when people get a lot of hate, they try to make some corrections, grow a little bit, change, learn. I feel like he's been like, no, I'm going to go even harder into who really I am as a person. And it's not a good person.
No, he just has something to complain about at all times also, which is just a bad trait to have too. Like, there's multiple instances in this article where things are brought up where he like has a complaint about it, right? So he talks about special forces and he was like, I did really well, but like they wanted, like the way they edited it made it look like JoJo Siwa did better than me, but she didn't. Like I actually went farther than she did.
Mm-hmm.
And then talking about how like obviously other people from the show, Ariana, like a lot of people have profited off Sandoval. He's like, you know, I kind of insinuating that he feels like, you know, he should be able to, like, it sucks that he can't do that. And it's like, well, it's your fault. Like, I don't know.
The fact that he can't process, like, his brain is a nightmare.
But truly, though, and I feel like this quote is just the ultimate ending of how his brain has worked in over the last year and like where he has gone, because obviously he has been such a hot topic where it feeds his ego, but in a way that he can't really process. So she wrote, you know, she kind of goes through his story of, you know, Vanderpump, and then this past year, Special Forces, and then he launched his podcast. And then she writes, I asked Sandoval why he thought the scandal got so big. I'm not a pop culture historian, really, he said, but I witnessed the O.J. Simpson thing and George Floyd and all these big things, which is really weird to compare this to that, I think. But do you think in a weird way it's a little bit the same?
No.
Nope. Certainly not the same. Certainly not the same.
What is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Maybe the most absurd comparison made in the history of comparisons.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
they had
an astounding quote. Like, I feel
there's
like
no way they didn't fight for them to get rid of this quote from this article, right. And they obviously that didn't happen. But I understand him saying like, "Oh my God!" In the grand scale of pop culture things, this was a really big thing. Like it really would. But what examples are you like? That is just for his brain to go in that direction is so insane, and he's really incredibly ignorant.
He seriously is.
Yeah.
No, like what the fuck? Like genuinely one of the craziest quotes.
Yeah.
From a person. Like sometimes when you see things that he says, you're like, yeah, no, nothing surprises me with this man anymore. Nothing surprises me. And then something like this drops. And you truly think to yourself, what warped world and brain is he living in?
Right.
No, like genuinely extremely, extremely concerning.
So the article continues. She writes, I looked over at Riley. Riley is the 23-year-old woman on his PR team that is sitting with them during this session, like during this time they're talking. I looked over at Riley, who was typing furiously on her phone. I think I knew what he meant. He was trying to express the oddity of becoming the symbolic center of a nationwide discussion and a major news story. What he communicated instead was something more honest, which is just how much the experience had made him lose perspective. Well, he certainly has lost perspective.
You know what would have been a better
But I also
comparison?
don't think there was any reason for her to try and rationalize what he was trying to say.
No rationalization for that.
Yeah.
Better comparison would be Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, Jennifer Aniston.
Right.
Okay? Not as big.
Yeah.
But pop culture.
Yeah. Yep. Not OJ and George Floyd and Tom Sandoval. Those three things I wouldn't include in the same conversation.
Never.
It then says, I did what I did because I was in an unhappy place in my life, he said. I got caught up in my emotions and fully fell in love, like for real. He sighed and drained his teacup. Then he got up, put on some upbeat music, and went upstairs to get ready for a night out. Sometimes he says too much, Riley said, and the following day forgets what he says. Then she went upstairs to have a quick word with him. And then this was interesting. She wrote, the next day, I was supposed to attend the taping of one of Sandoval's confessional interviews for the show. I was about to get in my car when I received a text from his publicist, Riley's boss. He'd rather you don't attend today, it read. He's not feeling the best. The next morning, I got a call from Baskin, who is the executive producer of the show. And the day after that, a Bravo publicist rang me late on a Friday. Some of what Sandoval had said had gone back to Bravo, and everyone was concerned. What was it that he said about O.J. Simpson and George Floyd exactly? Maybe Sandoval wasn't ready for this. The Bravo publicist asked if I really needed to see Sandoval again. Could the network facilitate an interview with one of the show's other stars? Bravo said it would get back to me about next steps. While I waited, I thought more about Sandoval, et cetera, et cetera. Then, she then continued to write more about, Sandoval's upbringing and his life to this point. But I just thought it was interesting that, like, there was clearly a point of this interview, this article, where they were like, Bravo was like, maybe this is a bad idea. Because they're still in a point where they're trying to make Vanderpump work as a show. And there's just like no reason Tom Sandoval should be on this show anymore. I really feel like his time has come to an end. Like when Raquel was gone, like he should have just gone with it. Like he's just could have gone with her. I don't care about watching his storylines. I don't like, and even Baskin, the executive producer, she spoke to him too. And he said that at this point, like there's moments when it was wished that this never even happened for the scale of the show and how they're alluding to how does the show go on from this kind of thing, which we've talked about.
Yeah.
And it does make a lot of sense. And then the article just kind of ends with like, she does go back to spend time with him, and he's like filming a confessional for the show, and he's having his moment, but then he goes in to his seat with the backdrop and the smile comes on, and it's just like, and then it's just
it's
like,
really creepy.
It is really warped, and it is true in a sense that like being in that world can skew how you see yourself so dramatically. And obviously it's just affected him in so many different ways, even before Sandoval, just like what fame has done to him. Like he alludes to the earlier like seasons and stuff. I forget what instance he brings up, but the way it's written in the article is like Riley says something like, oh my God, that was so cool. And Sandoval was like, oh my, like it was, wasn't it? Like, just like really feels like he's stuck in the past and maybe quote unquote glory days, which is probably a lot of the reasons he does allude to that as being a lot of the reasons why he was going after Raquel in the first place, that he was like truly having a midlife crisis where he was like, I don't know what's cool anymore, like blah, 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 whatever, the whole thing. But there's just some things that there's just no, you just lose the redemption. He had so many opportunities. There's been endless opportunities for him to get his foot out of his ass, and it hasn't happened one time.
It really hasn't. I can't even discuss him without just having this pouty, disgusted look on my face. I genuinely can't believe he's a real human being.
Yeah.
Like it's so shocking to see. Just the redemption's done. There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing left. He clearly doesn't have it in him. And I saw Katie comment somewhere to Schwartz being like, how can you clarify how he really meant to say this?
Yeah.
Schwartz has got to get away from this guy.
Yeah,
he
no,
has to.
to.
He cannot keep. No matter how close you are with somebody, no matter how much somebody's your best friend, there gets to a point where if your best friend is a piece of shit human, you got to cut him off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Friends can make mistakes and you can stand by them, but when your friend is just fucking shitty, sometimes it's time to say goodbye.
Right. So the Bravo by Betches Instagram account posted that quote as just like a quote card. And that's where like Katie commented the fuck ? And then she wrote, hey, Tom Schwartz, you want to come explain what he was trying to say? Dodie commented, what the fuck? Jordan, who was on Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, who has been on our show,
Yeah.
she wrote, comparing slaying dick to a black man being murdered in front of our eyes during Black History Month is something I just don't have words for. So, great way to put it. It's just like Gertie commented in Real Housewives of Miami, Tom Sandoval, please reflect on this repulsive statement you made. The disrespect. WTF.
It's genuinely hard to wrap your head around how that even comes to his brain to say out loud.
Right. So somebody commented, I'm being so dead ass. We cannot let this man back on TV. It really is so true. Like,
it does get to a point where it's like, when does he get fired?
Right. When is it like the show is doing nothing for him and he's doing nothing for the show?
Right. Like, just fucking move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Lisa has got to stop trying to like rationalize and apologize for him as well.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God. I mean, let's move on.
Yep. I know.
So aggravating.
I just absolutely mind-blowing thing to do. Mind-blowing comparison to make. Like, you really have to be pretty sick in the head to make that comparison. I really feel that way. Like,
genuinely
to compare your life to that.
So sick in the head.
Yeah.
Like, really disgustingly sick. Right now, McDonald's burgers are hotter, juicier, and tastier than ever before. So much so that the Hamburglar is on the loose. The patties are cooked to juicy perfection. The cheese is perfectly melted. The Big Mac has more special sauce in every single bite. The Big Mac is my personal absolute favorite. It always hits the spot. It's always tasting delicious, and that special sauce is the secret to that. They're topped with a pillowy, soft golden bun, and they are truly McDonald's best classic burgers ever. So try McDonald's best burgers ever at a McDonald's near you. I know your mouth is absolutely watering. You don't want to cook dinner tonight. You don't want to get dinner anywhere else. You want to grab yourself some McDonald's, hit that drive-thru, get the classic burgers, tastier, fresher, juicier than ever before. So try McDonald's best burgers ever at a McDonald's near you. Moving on, something a little bit more lighthearted and what we could laugh about is Jenna and Hoda, they started laughing about Kelly Rowland's situation of Kelly Rowland storming off the set. I keep saying storming off the set.
I know.
She didn't storm off the set. She left because
Kelly Rowland storms off set just rolls off the tongue a lot better.
It
I think
really
it's
does.
the double S, the storms off set. Like,
right. And it's just like what I envision, you know? And she left. She did leave the set because her dressing room was taken.
Yep.
So I envision a storming off.
Right.
But they were able to make jokes out of it, which is the best way to go, because what else are you supposed to do? It's like when Leah Michelle canceled right in front of our face.
Yeah.
And if you don't know that story, we showed up to SiriusXM to do an interview with Leah Michelle. Leah Michelle was standing from here to where Noah is in his producer chair, and we got a text
6 feet away from
saying Leah Michelle has canceled. We're literally standing in front of Leah Michelle. She saw us and she went, "Nope.
Yep.
Don't like the way those two look." Canceled in front of our faces.
No, this is, and Hoda and Jenna are like absolute angels, right? They're so sweet. They'll never say
sweet.
Like, they're so nice. They're like, oh, we love Kelly. Like, she's welcome back anytime. Like, Hoda jokes, she's like, we can share my dressing room if you want. Like, literally,
Hoda, do you know Kelly would not share a dressing room?
So it was in that moment that obviously they are just trying to move on from it. Also, context that we forgot to mention, didn't forget, but Rita Ora was there because she was promoting something. Like, she was doing interviews, and so they were able to yank her for, I think she was promoting The Masked Singer or something like that.
To do a little guest host.
To do the guest host. But yeah, Hoda and Jenna are laughing it off as two true queens would, just to be like, oh, well, Kelly, you're welcome back anytime.
And I do imagine.
We think you're great.
Yeah. I do imagine them having the same sort of conversation off air. Like, I think some people would expect, like, oh yeah, they definitely were like pissed at Kelly after. They're so sweet that I could just see them like being like, oh, like, come back.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Just a funny situation.
I agree.
Moving on, Bridgit Mendler, who
ready or not, here I come.
Bridgit Mendler, she had major potential in the pop star universe music world.
I just went back and played Ready or Not and Hurricane are two absolute bops.
She had it. Her and Jordan Pruitt. Had it too.
Hello, my name is Bridgit Mendler. That was the album that came out in 2011.
And now, Bridgit Mendler.
We don't hear a lot from her.
We don't.
And that's because she's been fucking busy.
Today, two news drops about
Yeah.
Bridgit Mendler.
Yep.
One, she has adopted a daughter.
Yep.
Two,
Son.
sorry.
So fine.
Two, she's working with space.
Yeah.
She started her own company. She's a CEO.
So something that maybe we all missed. I don't know if you guys listening had known this or not, but in 2019, the Good Luck Charlie alum stepped out of the spotlight while pursuing a Harvard law degree and a PhD from MIT.
Good for her.
That's fucking insane.
That's insane. She had her own show.
Yep.
She was the star of Good Luck Charlie, which
Yep.
I loved. Did you watch Good Luck
Yes,
Charlie?
I did.
I loved Good Luck Charlie.
I did. So she just jumped on to Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and revealed that not only is she launching a startup called Northwood Space, which aims to build ground satellite stations to help send and receive data from space, she is a mama to a sweet 4-year-old boy. Started fostering in 2021, adopted near Christmas of 2022. She wrote, "I'm so lucky. Being a parent is the biggest gift and most defining experience there is." And then talking about her startup, she said, "The vision is a data highway between Earth and space." She is the CEO and her husband is the CTO. Space is getting easier along so many different dimensions, but still the actual exercise of sending data to and from space is difficult. And now she is jumping into that space.
Good for her.
Yep.
What a life that is, right? You starred in your own Disney television show. You had a little music career, and now you're taking on space. You could truly do it all.
Right. A fan wrote on Twitter, "Bridgit Mendler has the most incredible resume ever seen."
No, seriously.
She's like, she is Barbie. Like 12 different careers. Singer, songwriter, actress, Harvard Doctorate of Law recipient, MIT PhD student, CEO of a startup. It's really fucking impressive. That is unreal.
It's so impressive, and I would be intimidated to have a conversation with Bridgit Mendler.
Imagine
because I'm so fascinated by how amazing
this is the thing when there are people that are so talented. It's like, I just can't imagine being so good at so many things. Like, it's just
who gave you the right?
Really impressive.
And
right.
a little bit unfair.
Yes.
No?
Acting, singing, songwriting,
scientist,
and smart.
Like, please.
And a scientist. And breaking down walls.
Share some.
With women in STEM.
Share some with the rest of us, Bridgit.
Yep.
You're being greedy.
No, that's really bravo to her.
So impressive. Good
so
for her.
Fucking impressive.
It really is.
I really have no idea what any of that space stuff means, but she sure does.
Right. I was gonna say, if we got to learn a thing or two from Bridgit, because we don't know what that means.
I know. As I was reading the quote, it just kind of ends, and then I was like, I don't even really know what I'm saying anymore.
All I know is that it's smart.
Yep. Ray, you hit me with the Harvard and MIT combo. I'm just going to automatically assume it's at a level that I cannot comprehend.
And you start a startup having to do with space?
Yeah. All while, just not even, I mean, obviously not secretly because it's not like she kept it a secret, but privately becoming a mom.
Mm-hmm.
What a woman.
She wasn't hiding her son. She was hiding.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. She's just living her life. It's just now that she's been living her life, but much more privately. We just don't see it now. All of it was like, hey, here I am, and these are the things I'm doing.
And she's doing a lot of them, and she's taking it on, all of it.
Like, I will say, Ready or Not comes on shuffle a ton when I put on like a Disney throwback playlist or something like that. It's always great.
Does she lay her head down on the pillow at night and go, "Man, I'm fucking awesome"? Like, man, I do it all.
You would think so.
You know?
I mean, she's still
pats herself on the back a little bit.
She's still posting on Instagram like it's 2015.
You do that? You pat yourself on the back before you go to bed?
Sorry, I'm fucking awesome.
Yeah, fuck. I fucking killed this day.
Remember when we all posted on Instagram like this?
Yeah. Bridgit Mendler beats her own drum.
Yeah. I mean, her last Instagram post is January 2022, so.
We can all use a little bit of Bridgit Mendler in our own lives.
Uh-huh. Wow.
We might have to take that Zac Efron off our star and put Bridgit Mendler on.
Seriously. Duo, reverse sides.
Right? Both of them deserve it.
Seriously. Both sides. She's our shining star.
Speaking of Zac Efron, Iron Claw now can be, I think, is on streaming services. Or maybe not. Sorry. That just came out of my mouth. I think you have to buy it.
You have to. I think it's like.
Yeah, I think you have to buy it. Sorry.
Damn.
That came out, and as soon as I said it, I said, "Oh wait, no, I forgot that you have to
You got
buy
me
it."
excited.
I'm
I gotta
sorry.
wait for it to be rentable. Also, I need some time to wait
Right.
before I cry my eyes out watching something on the television.
So true. So true. Last topic.
Because it's
You're still recovering.
Yeah, I'm still recovering. A girl commented on the post about the one day, and it just I wrote back to her because I was cracking up. She was like, I miss who I was before I watched
Yeah, I
this
saw
show.
that. That was funny.
It's like, honestly, fair.
So true. Last topic. Barry Keoghan did a shoot with W Magazine.
Barf.
Grotesque.
Like,
I could handle it in the movie.
this is yeah.
I could handle the
Look,
bloody mess in the movie, Saltburn.
I can respect
The art.
I can. But will this art make my gag reflex flare up?
Mm-hmm.
Sure will. There's I can't even really look at
And
it.
you know what made me laugh is that Pop Crave tweeted out the pictures and wrote like, Barry Keoghan looking handsome.
Literally says Barry Keoghan looks handsome for W Magazine. It's
like-
he's fucking sitting at a table with a heart on the. He's covered in blood. There's a heart on the plate.
Right.
He's got blood all over his mouth, his hands. He's sitting in a bathtub of blood.
Wouldn't necessarily describe that as handsome.
And then, I mean, clearly there was an artistic vision for this shoot. It was done by Emerald Fennell, who directed Saltburn.
I think the artistic vision was Saltburn, and there was some bloody parts of Saltburn, and
The vision was blood.
The vision was blood.
The vision was blood, and they executed.
And Pop Crave could have wrote Barry Keoghan looks bloody in new W Magazine pictures. Looks handsome. I mean, is it
Here he is, like
handsome
dressed up
guy,
as a.
but
Yeah, he's dressed up as a knight on the cover. And then like all the other pictures really have some kind of red element. He's in red latex. There's a red lighting used in some, red leather. It's a lot. Not for me though. Not for me. Did you see Pop Crave? The memes about Pop Crave do really crack me up.
oh, so
Because
funny.
like Pop Crave tweeted about Capital One buying Discover. Massive deal. But like somebody retweeted and was like, truly, what is Pop Crave here for? Like, what, where do they say, oh, that's probably not our lane, or like that is our lane? Sometimes you just never know. You never get hit with it. And it's always surprising. But Jake Shane posted on Instagram that he had his first Pop Crave tweet. He posted screenshots of all the replies back. I mean, the replies back to Pop Crave are some of the most entertaining tweets because they're just like, they're not real people. It's just like it's all robots or something. Even that, it's like, or Stan accounts. It's really, but they're always the same kind of like, it's either who like, she gagged, he didn't, like she thought she gagged and she didn't, like they're all like comments like feedback like that.
They're so funny.
But the Jake Shane ones really made me laugh.
They're so mean and brutal, but they make you laugh a little bit.
Yes.
I also think it's funny how
like
Pop
it
Crave
is terrible. Like it is, they are mean, but I
Pop Crave follows
you can
me,
laugh at them.
Oh really? I think
Like
it's,
who runs Pop Crave?
I know.
It has to be a ton of people.
Yeah, I think it's a
If
business.
it was one person, I'd
It
be.
is, but like, is Pop Crave its own entity?
Maybe. I'm not completely sure, but it's funny how Pop Crave will post a picture of somebody and compliment them and call them, oh, they're stunning in this photo or handsome in this photo. And then they post a picture of somebody else with no compliment. And the comments are always like, you couldn't tell them they looked stunning in this picture or looked pretty in that picture.
Pop Crave is a media news company founded by Will Cosme. Cosme? In December of 2015. Pop Crave's social media accounts were first created in December 2015 under the name Pop Culture Shady, later relaunching in 2016 under its current name. The creator has since hired a small number of volunteer editors to assist in posting and has launched a functional news site for the outlet in order to provide longer form pop culture stories. Is there a popcrave.com?
I've never been on it.
I
if
know.
there
That's
is.
what I'm saying. I think I literally only ever am seeing it on Twitter. Oh, there really is. Popcrave.com.
So it's just a pop culture site.
Yeah,
Hey,
but
they-
it's just like I don't know.
They're up
why.
to date and they keep me up to date.
They do. That is true. They do.
Pop Crave, they're always on it. And so if they want to post about Capital One acquiring Discover for $33 billion, thank you.
Thank you for letting us know.
Because I would have never known otherwise.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that you told me. Thank you, Pop
Thank you,
Crave.
because we are getting our news from Pop Crave.
Right, and I saw the bloody Barry Keoghan pictures from Pop Crave. So thank you, Pop Crave.
Yep.
All right,
Yep.
that wraps up the topics.
You guys know I am in the thick of things right now. I am wedding planning. We are moving along, chugging along. I don't have that much time left, really. It's 2024 is here, which means I got to be on my game. If you are getting married this year as well, or you know people who are getting married, you have totally seen Zola before. With Zola, you can plan your entire wedding in one convenient place, from free planning tools like a customizable checklist and website to a venue and vendor discovery tool that matches you with your dream team. Everything on Zola is designed to make your wedding journey as easy as possible. And with invites that are fun to create and a wedding registry packed with gifts you actually want, Zola takes you from save our date to thanks so much without breaking a sweat. There's even a 5-star app that helps you plan on the go. Zola makes wedding planning easy and stress-free. They're the first and only stop you need to make on your wedding planning journey. They've thought of everything you'll need and have built every tool to get you to I do, including customized checklists to get you moving, keep you on track, and prepare you for what's next. They'll give you expert guidance and unparalleled support. Their wedding pros are on call to walk couples from question to answer anytime. Their products and tools are built for you. They help couples plan the wedding they really want with tons of unique features and personalized recommendations based on a couple's preferences. Every Zola wedding is as unique as the couple planning them. Start planning at Zola.com. That's ZOLA.com.
All right, everyone, we're here with a special guest. We are joined by the lovely Trent. We're going to be talking about The Bachelor. How we feeling, Trent? Welcome back.
Excited to be here. I feel good.
Good.
Yeah.
Hey, great.
You know?
So happy for you.
Thank you very much.
Do you feel good every day?
No. I would say I don't feel good most days.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
How-
I'm stunned.
Do you often because I feel like I see you posting your Whoop stuff.
Yeah.
Like, do you wake up and check
Oh, yeah.
immediately?
I'm addicted to it.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to knowing how much sleep I got.
Uh-huh.
And I'm also very interested in how much sleep other people got. Because I like to compare, like, how much sleep are people getting? Am I getting the right amount?
Do you have your, can you put your friends on it?
Yeah, you can make groups.
Yeah.
And you can see how everybody slept.
yeah,
but I'm
yeah,
also
yeah.
just asking people.
Yeah.
Even if they're not wearing a Whoop,
Right.
I'm like, how much sleep are people getting? Like, how much sleep are you guys getting?
I'm getting a nice amount.
I sleep
probably.
really well. Like,
Yeah.
I fall asleep at night soundly. Like, I actually had somebody ask me yesterday, like, do you have trouble sleeping at night? And I said, no, actually,
I'm
I
getting
don't.
I'm getting 8 hours
Wow.
plus.
I used to be able to sleep as much as I wanted all the time, but as I've gotten older, that has changed.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what time I go to sleep, I will wake up mostly at the same time. Like 8 o'clock is kind of the limit.
Yeah.
Although I've been smoking more before going to bed now, and that keeps me asleep.
Interesting, Trent.
Just sort of like a
God,
nighttime
you little
thing.
devil.
That's it's legal.
Bad
It is what it
boy.
is.
I know.
But then you get, the thing is, then it's tough if you stop. 'Cause-
Right.
So I actually didn't have that issue. When I stopped smoking, I still slept really well.
Yeah.
But some people struggle with that. But it really depends
Do
on
you
the
guys
person.
wake
Yeah.
up in the middle of the night?
Do I wake up in the middle of
Like,
the night?
yeah, to go to the bathroom.
Occasionally.
I'm like
I had
2
a
or 3
good
times.
Really?
I had a good run there. I did talk about it on the podcast where I was like, I think I'm turning into an old lady. Like, I was like waking up at like 4:30 consistently to go to the bathroom. I was
Same.
like, why? I never had that issue before. I was like, why do I have to get up to pee now in the middle of the night? That's just like not something that I've had to deal with. I was like, my bladder, I'm losing control.
I get up at least once a night.
But now I just try and limit the amount of water I drink before I go to
You
bed.
got to monitor
know?
your fluids late at night.
Because I used to just have whatever, like I used to be totally fine. My
Yeah.
bladder could make it. Now she can't make it. She can't make it the full night.
Yeah.
Sometimes I notice that I actually have more energy in the morning when I get a little bit less sleep. Does that make sense?
Interesting.
Because maybe you never hit REM.
Yeah, that's possible.
Oh.
I
Never.
don't know.
Yeah.
I have
Interesting.
nothing to back that up.
Yeah,
but-
I mean, my sleep
People
is
do always
is-
say
is pretty
sometimes if you
consistent,
sleep
though.
too much, you feel too tired.
For sure.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just always interested how much sleep people
What
are
time
getting.
do you go to bed?
I try to go to bed at 11, but
Whoa.
I know it never really works
Yeah.
out. It's usually closer to
I
midnight.
do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I would have taken you for a guy who's like up real late.
No, like I said, nowadays, because my wake up time seems to be set with my body,
Yeah.
I got to go to bed earlier.
That's wild.
Getting
Yeah.
old sucks.
And that's like really not that early. You know,
Just
like 11 p.m. is not crazy.
I'm like
you're the except. No, like no one should.
like
no one should
my
follow
average.
what Noah. Like Noah goes to bed at what 2?
2 is like the average.
Yeah, that's insane.
What time are you getting up?
Depends.
Like 9:30.
Okay. Just keeping tabs on sleep on
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah.
But you know,
sleep.
my thing is I go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and then I go on TikTok, and sometimes I'll be on TikTok for like an hour at 4 to 5, and then go back to sleep.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
weird.
That's so bad.
That's
for
a
you.
bad
So
habit.
bad.
but
Really
now
unhealthy.
I do that.
You
now.
should try to knock that.
I know.
My
Well,
sister-
Noah's on
Fight
Noah's
it
on
a
such a
little
different
bit.
schedule too, because I feel
That
like
is
he's
true.
up late, like editing and doing
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and then he likes.
That's why I don't
Yeah.
fault Noah's sleep schedule, because for years you had a really wonky like just work schedule.
But I've
Yeah.
always just been the type to. I don't know.
Yeah,
I will say
I'm trying to get to bed earlier. I'm a night owl.
I went to bed at 1 a.m. last night because I got a Nintendo Switch and I was playing
there
Animal
you
Crossing.
go.
So that's going to
Animal
ruin
Crossing?
my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was picking weeds. I was chopping down
Yep.
trees.
Yep.
The best.
That's when last night I had the realization of like, used to be when I played video games, it was Halo or it was Call of Duty where it's like chaos and
Yeah.
you're shooting everything. Now I just want to
Animal
plant a
Crossing.
garden
You need
Yeah.
something to ease your
virtually.
mind.
You know what Joe loves, and we play all the time on this. We have a Switch as well. Is Mario Party.
So my sister has a Switch and has been telling me to get one, and she was like, "We got to play Mario Party
Yeah.
together."
Yeah.
Because I guess you can do it
You can
online.
do it
You can
online.
do all the different things in
Yeah.
Mario Party.
So that's a new chapter of my
What
life.
happened with the smoking before bed? What made you do that?
I had read that it helps you fall asleep and stay asleep, and that's kind of what I'm looking for, and it has worked.
Did you see your whoop change at all with that?
It actually has gone like the HRV is sort of how you feel.
I was
the
gonna
next
say
day.
your
It's been high.
yeah.
With the smoke.
Pen
That's great.
or
Interesting.
What's that?
pen or joint or
I have like a little one hitter
One hitter, yeah.
that I open my window,
That's the best.
smoke it out the window. It's
'cause I
been
think
nice.
Some people say definitely for alcohol. I don't know about weed, but it's like if you go to sleep, but you don't actually like fully go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like a
Yeah, I mean, when I
organic-
look at I have this thing.
Oh yeah.
So when the Oura Ring, when I am drinking, and when I look at like my heart rate, the numbers of like my readiness for the next day, not great.
Drinking is the
No.
Whoop's least favorite thing.
Yeah.
You wake up the next day, it's like
Yep.
you're dead.
Yeah.
How do they know you drink?
It's all heart rate based.
No, it's your heart rate. Like it's just
Oh,
like
it's
your
just like,
heart is
oh,
working
you're-
more.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those things. I actually said this to Fran the other day, and
Yeah,
it wouldn't be
she's-
good for
she would
me.
not get
I
it.
don't want to track anything because
Well, you didn't like Trent's.
I don't- I think
have
I
a
would be
good
looking-
relationship with it, but like Trent just said, he's obsessed.
right, you're obsessed, and I feel like I would become obsessed, and also like I already know what's wrong with me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I have endometriosis, so some days I really don't feel well.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
you know what I mean. And then I'll be Googling whatever these things are telling me, and I'll convince myself I have something else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I've been down that rabbit hole before, and I don't like to end up there.
To be completely honest, I kind of still live in a slight ignorance with it because there are some stats on there that I just have no idea what they mean, and I
100%.
I haven't Googled it.
You're like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't even know what they mean. Like I don't know what this
It's
stands
It's like
for.
flashing red.
It's
like,
more-
No,
you're
it's
about
like
to die.
seriously. There's so many stats that I'm like, it's like kind of low, and I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So why even look into it?
It was most interesting to look at every morning when I had the flu a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because then it's like it's chaos.
Yeah.
It tells you everything. Like your heart rate's going crazy.
Yep.
Your respiratory rate in the middle of the night's going crazy. So it's good to know that like when I am sick, it's like you're really
Right.
sick.
And also, isn't it also slightly reassuring that it makes you feel like it works?
Yes, that's
You know?
absolutely right.
Because you're like, I had the flu and I feel like shit, and at least this thing is telling me that corresponds with how I'm feeling.
Dude,
so
early
when I'm
on-
feeling good, it's not lying to me.
Early on, Whoop, it became a device for COVID detection.
Yeah.
And they gave it to all the PGA Tour players because respiratory rate in the middle of the
Right,
night, it would
right.
spike.
Yep,
and that
yep,
was the
yep.
sign of COVID. So and then the company blew up. But yeah, when I'm sick and I feel sick and my Whoop is like, you're sick, it's like we're all on the same page.
Were you really worried about Tiger the other day?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always worried about
You're
Tiger.
always worried about Tiger.
We were talking about on the golf podcast, like most golfers, when they're your favorite golfer or even your favorite sports team, the range of things that can happen are pretty standard.
Yeah.
You watch an Eagles game, they're going to win or they're going to lose. Somebody might get hurt. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be great. Tiger Woods steps onto a golf course and he might leave in an ambulance.
Right.
Like that for most golfers, it's like they're going to shoot a 65 or a 71.
Yep.
And they're going to go home. Tiger, a helicopter could drop onto the golf course and he could be airlifted to somewhere. So I'm always worried about him, but he seems like he's all right. He just has the flu.
He just had the flu. Just like you, guys. Tiger, they're
Couple
just
of
like
great
Trent.
golfers
Good
Yep.
friends.
who had the flu, great friends,
Yep.
guys who know each other
Yep.
at the very least.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was worried about him, but he's all right.
Thank God.
Thank God. You know?
for Trent. Thank God for you
I know
guys.
Rio was worried about him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was, oh my God, I couldn't sleep.
I know.
Speaking of sleep, that just kept me up all night.
What's going on with Tiger
Yeah.
Woods?
That's what
It's the question I've been asking
Yeah.
everybody.
Yep.
Exactly. We've all been thinking that way. Okay, we can talk about The Bachelor.
Okay.
I will say I have seen some statistics, and I wonder if our listeners feel the same way about it, because we have been pretty consistent with watching and recapping, as we always are, but this season feels a little bit more, and it feels a little bit more for everybody. Like the ratings are way up.
Yeah.
Joey's following is way up. I think he's like the most. His followers on Instagram have grown the most for like any lead in like the past like 7 leads or something.
Really?
Good season.
So it's definitely, I feel like the people are paying much more attention.
It's nice because I think for a while there, it felt like maybe even people were out on the show.
Yeah.
But I think what this is proving is if you get a good lead and a good cast, the show can still do really well.
Right.
It's
Like-
very lead dependent.
Joey has double the amount of followers as Zach, and his season's like not even done. And they always get a big bump at the end of the season because if they like end up with somebody, they're like, oh, I want to follow and see what happens. And like, I
Right.
feel like there's always a bump at the end of the season. So we're already making waves. Did you see the picture that Jason Tartik posted of him and Joey?
No.
No,
Let me tell you something. They like
I wasn't up to date with
no, they just look
You don't
exactly the same.
Oh, wow. They kind of do.
Like
Okay, from back here and
Right?
No. I'm gonna say Joey looks like Zach Bia from all the way back here.
oh,
And-
that's
and
fair. That's fair.
in that picture,
But,
Joey
like,
doesn't look like Zach
they-
Bia in general, but in this picture, that
They
looks like Zach
just
Bia.
really like they look like they are brothers.
They really do.
I think
Wow.
it was very I was like, what when I saw that. But no, it's been a good season. They were in Canada this week. We're cutting it down pretty quickly. We lost. We lost 2 fighters. No,
Prayers up.
yeah. Jess got sent home during the group date. Lexi sent herself home, and then 2 people got sent home during the rose ceremony. But I wanted to talk about really because honestly his connection is good with pretty much everybody that's left, but what everybody feels really is focused on is Joey and Maria.
Yep.
And Maria has made it far enough where she's just, getting rid of anybody that's coming for her. Jess, Leia, they were both gone this episode.
Yeah. Sydney, also gone in the past.
Yep.
She's just, and he really likes her, which is always what, like, a person who ruffles feathers in the house can only go so far if they don't have a connection with the Bachelor. She very clearly has a connection with him, and he likes her. Their date was amazing.
Yeah.
They just have really good chemistry. She's very funny. Rhea, you were talking about, she just has a great personality, and it, like, shows.
Right, and if you like her or don't like her, at least she has a personality
Big
to
time.
show.
Totally.
And I think you can tell in the banter that they have together because it's not just nice. Like, I think a lot of times we just see just nice. Oh, that girl seems really nice, or oh, they seem nice together. Like with them, it's like, oh, they have funny banter,
Yep.
and they also clearly want to rip each other's clothes off. Like I think
Big time.
I think they both have it's the best of both worlds for them. So I think that's what we're seeing. And I also love the fact that Maria is she's 29. So you're not watching somebody who you go, oh, there's no way this person wants to be in a relationship. Like when you have the 21-year-olds and 22-year-olds come on and
Right.
you're like, are they going to, what's going to happen here? But with Maria, it's like she knows herself, she's confident in herself, but also can play around and have that humor and not take herself so seriously, but is also confident in herself.
I agree.
Like she knows what she wants. She's a grown woman, but at the same time can have that like banter, if that makes
Absolutely.
sense.
I'm like, I want her to win.
Yeah.
I'm officially, there's great girls. There's Kelsey A, there's Kelsey T, Daisy's great.
Yeah.
Rachel's great. It's a great group of girls. But just when I watch Joey and Maria, it feels like that's a real relationship.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I always am like fascinated, and I am the one to bring it up all the time because I just think like the Bachelor Data Instagram account always has like fun
It is.
intel, and
great.
the data supports what we're watching because we all know like, oh, that shopping date. Everyone wants that shopping date. That shopping date normally bodes well for whoever is on it. And statistically speaking, it really does.
Really?
Yeah. So Zach's season, Gabby got it.
Okay.
Runner up. Clayton season, Susie got it. Winner. Matt's season, Rachel got it. Winner. Pilot P, no shopping date.
No shopping date.
Sad. Kaylin got it on Colton's season. Now, she didn't make it to the end, but close enough. Ari's shopping date, Becca.
Yep.
She did win, technically.
Yeah.
Technically, she did win. So Ari actually got 2 shopping dates. And then earlier than that, it's, the data kind of falls off there. It's more mixed. But for recent seasons, like the last 3 seasons, the shopping date has done exceptionally well.
Yeah.
Runner up, winner, and winner.
It definitely has. I'm rooting for Maria to win. Like I think people are like stuck on the connection with Joey and Daisy, and yes, they do have a connection. You could tell they really like each other.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not seeing as much of them, and I think in the preview it said it looks like they're going on a one-on-one date, so I think we will see more. But for right now, I see the connection way more with Joey and Maria.
Yep.
And if Maria doesn't win, Bachelorette. Like
I think see a lot of people rooting for her to be Bachelorette.
I really would root for her to be a Bachelorette because I think we'd get back-to-back great seasons.
Yeah.
I think it's a great season with Joey, and I think if Maria becomes Bachelorette, if she doesn't win,
Right.
that would be a fantastic Bachelorette season where we have somebody who's like, just lively.
Yep.
Like I think we've, maybe have fallen a little bit
The
flat.
Canadians always have a big personality on this
right?
show.
Remember Daniel?
Caitlin Bristow.
Yeah.
Caitlin Bristow.
Yeah.
That's true.
I just always go. It's so mean of me, but like, I'm just stuck on how boring Zach was to me, and like how his season was just like. I know.
I mean, no. Granted, it was
boring.
It
for
was
me,
a boring season,
personally.
and all like. Zach and Katie are adorable. They're together. They're doing very well. So it's like successful season,
right? Successful,
but it wasn't. It was not groundbreaking by any means.
I tried to make it more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The craziest part was you trying to ruin.
No, it was. I mean, I think we can all objectively look back on it now and be like, that was boring.
Right,
like
which
Joey,
doesn't mean, like, great for them. I'm happy for them.
And by the way, this is like not a spoiler. I'm not like ruining anything, but I will say I did see like a Reality Steve tweet that was like just heard something frustrating. I don't know, some ominous
I saw
tease.
that.
And I didn't see like what it actually meant or whatever. I saw one thing that was like that he said he wasn't alleging to his spoilers. He says he thinks his spoilers are still right, whatever that is. I don't know. But like if you're a spoiler person, maybe you've seen it. But that he was like referring to the way that the show keeps saying that like this is an ending that we've never seen before.
Yeah.
Which really has my antennas up. Like, God, it makes me want to. This is the first season in a while that I have been more invested in that I want to look up the spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like, this is the first time that I've gotten the itch because it's been a while. There hasn't been one where I've like actually wanted to know how it ends before it ends. I've been able to ride it out pretty soundly.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm like, damn, I really want to fucking know how.
I know.
I know.
Because
the
he's
same
got
way.
such great connection with pretty much all of the women that are left.
Yeah.
I just don't know how feels like it's gonna be a disaster.
Right, I know. I think there's gonna be a lot of tears. I don't know if people are gonna leave. I don't know. So we've seen it, we saw in the preview too, Maria say like, I don't know if I can keep doing that. Like something along the lines of, I don't know if I can keep doing this, like seeing the other connections and blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. That could be crazy if people start to leave. We know that that's clearly Joey's biggest fear. He's talked about that a lot, especially on this episode. He was definitely more vulnerable than past episodes with how he's feeling. So
Right, and also because Lexi left. And I thought that was extremely mature on Lexi's part to realize this just wasn't going to work for her. They have 2 different timelines.
Yeah.
She is on a faster timeline than he will be. And I think it's okay that he wants that timeline. And I think it's okay that she wants that timeline. Like, they both have their separate reasons. And she seems like an awesome woman. Like, she just was like,
Great head on her shoulders.
Like, she was just like, I look at you so fondly.
Yeah.
Like, you made me feel great. I just, have to leave.
I didn't realize when we were doing Cutting Stems too, I saw like live tweets I was looking at, and I think Joey said like something along the lines of, you're gonna be such a fantastic mom, like something very sweet, where it's just like, ugh,
Joey,
this
He's
guy,
really
come on,
sweet.
how much further can I fall?
friggin' smooth.
I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah,
Oh my
here,
God,
pal?
we're gonna have to drag Trent off the floor.
What do you want me to do here, pal?
Yeah.
At this point, I hope he doesn't end up with anybody, and him and I can hang out a little bit.
I mean, we know he's dying to hang out with you.
shit.
so-
I know. Yeah, we got
That's
him and I
funny.
got to golf together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, he's been great.
He wants to come hang. I think he's in New York like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, no, he's playing this so well that I really do think there's a real potential for disaster.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the kisses or no? That I was talking about on Cutting Stems. The
No,
two girls
no,
kissing him
I
during the
didn't
hockey.
see
You guys
them.
didn't go back. Oh, you have to. You have to.
I
It's
didn't
just
see them.
It just was a little blip, and it was so fucking funny. You got to go back.
I
and
gotta
watch
go
it.
I mean, hey, everybody wants to kiss him.
Yeah, and
Everybody wants to
It just
kiss
was
him.
hilarious watching that.
The
but
group dates, when we get to this amount of girls, also do, and like they all said, this was like the hardest group date they were all on. They just get more and more awkward because
For sure.
it's like, it's just a weird number of people to have. Like, it's not small, but it's not like crazy where you can kind of like slip between the cracks and maybe not talk to him that much. You really have to see everybody's connection right in your face. But the dates were very Canadian, a lot of French. Jesse Palmer was thriving.
yeah, he
Got
was,
to pop off with his French.
It was his Super Bowl for sure.
Yeah.
He was really excited
He
about
was
that.
ready.
This was the best episode I've seen from him in terms of taking him seriously as a host.
Yeah.
Like, his final rose felt really official. Like,
Yeah.
this is time
I
for the
still
final
love that
rose.
people, and we aren't in it as much these days because we, full transparency, we get spoilers. I mean, spoilers. We get screeners and we watch early so we can record Cutting Stems. But the live tweets they've been really good, and I've been just seeing the tweets, and while I'm getting a good giggle out of them. There was somebody that tweeted a picture of, they were like, Jesse Palmer as soon as the episode started, and it was just like a cat in a beret with a baguette, like in a little French flag.
So funny.
Little Canadian French flag.
It was him, man.
Can
He
I
was-
be honest? This
Yeah.
is the first time that I've ever watched the screener and then watched the episode live.
Wow.
Wow.
So you're into it.
I watched
Twice?
I
You
watched.
watched this episode twice?
I watched this episode twice.
Wow.
Oh my God. Never in a million years I would have lost money on that bet.
I watched the screener on Sunday.
And you watched
And
live
I
on
watched
Sunday? Or
live.
What
live
is
Monday
Marty
night?
into the season or something?
Yeah.
Well, I put it on. We were just like bouncing around the TV, and I saw it was on live. I said, "You care if I put this on?" He said, "No, put it on." And then we watched.
I will say, you
Wow.
mentioned the live tweeting part of it. I haven't been live tweeting, and
Yeah,
we haven't been live
we have
tweeting.
not as much.
since
I mean,
we
the
go
Chicks in the
screeners.
Office account still does.
For sure. I miss it because like when it's a good season,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to like jump back into
And
the
can I
mix.
tell you,
It's a
I was,
sense of
I was
community.
watching
Yeah.
like
It really
this,
is.
Well, it really felt like the live tweeting dwindled.
and now it's back
And
up.
now it feels like it's going back
Right.
up.
I watched-
like now I have FOMO.
Yeah, I watched like
I'm
this.
I'm jumping
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in.
Like this. This was me watching. Like at the screen, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I saw everything.
Ria's like
that
picking
happened.
up on things that were
No, I know. I was
You learn something
acting
new
like-
every time
And
you
you know
watch.
what's funny?
You should have led the discussion about this
I know,
episode.
I know. And you know what's funny? That Marty and I watched The Bachelor on my laptop on Sunday. So not only did I watch it twice, but Marty had to watch it
Get
twice.
Marty in here.
My
Where's he
God,
at?
seriously, does he want to come to
No,
a recap?
he has funny commentary because he sometimes I'm watching it around him and sometimes I'm not.
Yeah.
So he just sees, like, it's
Dude.
hilarious when somebody has commentary about, like, they don't really know what's going on, but just pops in from the background being like, what's happening here?
I think those people have the most interesting opinions about the
Yeah.
shows.
And the most honest opinion because they're not seeing the discourse
Yep.
about it.
Yes.
That's why I love watching reality TV with Marty because he does not see any conversation surrounding like
It's
these
the
shows.
purest form when you're not online and like you're not
Yes.
seeing what other people think about a show. So it's
Yes.
really
So
just
it's
you're not
just-
influenced in any way.
It's genuine reaction and he like loves it. Like he secretly he secretly loves all the reality TV because he's like, this shit's crazy. And I guess because I've been watching reality TV way longer than he has, like he only started watching with me, that I'm never. Oh, I mean, a lot of times watching reality TV, we're like, whoa, but we're kind of used to it. They're all crazy.
There's a formula.
Yeah.
Now it's every week we're watching a show. He's like, oh my God.
Tell him to start firing off live tweets.
No, I know. It's his takes are really funny too. I got to start like recording it or something.
Hey, join in on the fun.
Hey, maybe
Seriously.
Next Bachelor recap next week, we'll have him in here.
Bring him in here.
In on the fun.
I think I am going to get back on the live tweeting because it is a good season.
It is, and we feel like we are right. We're right there at the end. Hey, Chicks in the Office listeners, I'm here to tell you that there's no reason to panic the next time you're searching for the perfect gift. Now you can use gift mode on Etsy. Gift mode on Etsy is here to take the stress out of gifting so you can find the perfect item for anyone and any occasion. Now it's easy to find gifts made by independent sellers for all the people in your life, like the foodie, the wine enthusiast, the Zen seeker, the artist, or the pasta lover. From 90s nostalgia and mixology to reality TV and gaming, there's something for everyone on Etsy. With gift mode on Etsy, I can search hundreds of gifting personas and find so many incredible items. I have purchased so many gifts on Etsy. I think it is so easy. You can really get heartfelt, personal gifts. If you are like Rhea and I right now, where, you know, you just got engaged, you got a ton of friends getting engaged, friends getting married. There's so many great gifts that you can get on Etsy for the happy couple. A gifting moment is always around the corner, but whether it's a birthday, an anniversary, a holiday, or even just a day to say thank you, gift mode on Etsy has you covered. Need to find the perfect gift? Don't panic. Try gift mode on Etsy now. Like I said, everybody's dates went well. Kelsey T is an absolute doll. She's been through a lot. She opened up about her relationship with her dad and how, you know, they were very close and then weren't due to religious differences, and she wanted to go to college and he didn't want her to do that. And now they kind of seem like they maybe are talking, but nothing as to how it was when they were younger. Yeah. When she was younger. And I don't know like how much more we can repeat ourselves and say the same things about Joey, but really like all these women have stories and history, which is great because I think we're getting a lot of substance. There's real bonding, real connections being made, and they're all being super honest about themselves. And Joey receives it all in a way that is like, oh, he's handling this very well.
Yeah, I agree. And I also think he's dealing with a lot. He mentioned at the beginning of this episode, trust me, I can recite the whole thing because I saw it twice.
He said verbatim.
He mentioned how, you know, he thinks that everybody expects him to be like happy-go-lucky, positive all the time. Not that he expects it from himself, but he knows that other people do.
He said,
and to be perfect and he's sometimes not, and sometimes he doesn't want to be happy, and sometimes he's not like in this goofy joking around mood. So I feel like he's dealing with his own emotions, obviously, and then also taking on the weight of everybody else's. I thought the conversation with Kelsey T was super interesting because I feel like a lot of times on this show, you know, people will talk about the past trauma that they go through, and I find it all very interesting, but sometimes something will pop up that I feel like hasn't been brought up entirely. And I thought the religion conversation was really interesting because that I can't even imagine the feeling, and she brought it up herself, like her own father basically writes her off because of religion, and she's kind of trying to wrap her head around the fact that like, how can you just do that to somebody who's your family, who you love? And you know, she moved in with her mom, and now it seems like they go to the movies.
I don't know. That's one thing she mentioned.
Yeah,
I don't think it's still not a great relationship.
You know, but they speak in some form. But I thought it was really interesting. And like you said, we've said it a million times about Joey, but he's dealing with his own shit, and at the same time listening and responding really well to everybody else's, which cannot be easy. And I don't think we've ever even talked about it with other leads because maybe they've never responded as well as Joey
Right now,
has.
yeah.
So we've never been like,
There have been some that have done a
They've
decent
done a
job,
decent
but
job.
like
Of
there's
course
some
they're
that do
not-
a bad job.
right, they're not like,
Really bad.
you know, that was like in Zach's season when the girl
Yeah.
was trying to relate to him and he was like, well, it wasn't as hard as my
Yeah.
work.
It's quarter 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just feel like we haven't really thought much about how the fact that they're having all these things pile onto them and they have to deal with it. So
Yeah, and
It's
he's spinning and he's dizzy and he's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Would you guys like that date?
No.
No.
Cirque du Soleil date? No.
I don't want to say I wouldn't because I love jumping around and stuff.
Sure.
We
know everybody knows that about you. You see Rhea, like Sheila. That's a
I
girl who
love
likes to
jumping
jump
around and stuff.
I fucking love trampolines.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
my best gift growing up was the trampoline in my backyard.
yeah.
Can you
Like
do
for my
backflip?
birthday on the trampoline, I
Yeah.
used to be able to. I'm not sure I could anymore. Well, I used to do with.
You all right back there?
Good.
I love trampoline.
That was the way Noah hasn't said one thing and then he just went, oh.
Oh,
No, we
Trampolines, man.
gotta
I would.
hit bounce or something. The trampoline place.
Oh
Is
yeah,
it-
I was gonna say.
is it around here? The
No.
club?
Yeah.
No,
No,
like
we
one of
gotta
those,
hit
one
some
of those,
trampolines
yeah,
together.
You'd be impressed
one of
with
those
my flips.
trampoline houses.
I would be probably,
Yeah.
with the way you're talking about them.
He's got, he had videos of him practicing his
Yeah,
snowboarding.
I mean, I went to a extreme sports camp
to
when
do
I was
flips
a kid for
and
2
shit.
summers.
Really?
Flips
Yeah.
and shit.
That's sick. You totally just took away from me. I was about to say how
You bounce around for the fun of it. You
No,
know?
I did. I had to go to gymnastics when I was
Right.
a cheerleader.
She was
So,
also I was gonna say,
so
cheerleader.
I was also thrown in. I was a flyer. As a cheerleader, I was thrown in the air a
Got
lot.
it.
Yep.
A lot of thrown up in the air. Go to gymnastics. You go on the trampoline.
Got it.
You do back handspring, stuff like that. Makes you love a trampoline.
Sure.
But I fell in love with the trampoline long before that in my backyard. Trampoline also
jumping
the
is a
greatest
lot of fun.
hangout spot.
Jumping
yeah.
is so much fun. It's the spinning. The spinning.
I don't
is
know if
where-
I necessarily love all the spinning, but
Yep.
I've never been somebody to get sick, knock on wood,
Knocked on your own head there.
from spinning. From spinning, so I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I've
Yeah.
never gotten motion sickness like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I think in my later years, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of that. But I'm
Oh,
not 100% sure.
I am a little bit, which makes me sad because I used to really like roller coasters, all those
Oh.
things like love. The last time I went on a roller coaster, I was like, man, just I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know if I can do it
Fran's
like this,
true.
like I used to.
Fran, 100% not hitting the same. I used to
Yeah.
fucking love roller coasters.
Oh my god, I could sit on them on
the
repeat. Now
yeah.
it was like, ugh.
Last time I went on one, same
Yeah.
situation for me. I was like, ooh, my head
Yeah.
kind of hurts.
Oh.
My neck was like out of whack. I'm like, damn.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up every time I take an Uber. That's
How
why.
old
That's
are
also
you?
very true.
Don't worry
My
about
car
it, dude.
sickness has gotten way worse.
It gets way worse.
Way
When
worse.
Sometimes
I
moving into the
used to-
city, it's bad.
My family would drive to Martha's Vineyard. We minivan. I would be the one squashed in the last row, the third row. My brother and sister would be in the middle row.
captain seats.
Yes, they'd have the cabin seats because we had the dog. I would be in the back, and then like the fucking all our shits piled up everywhere. And on that like 5-hour plus ride, I would read a book in the back of the
What?
car.
I'm sorry. I know you were looking for the reaction of like,
That
like
is-
I feel like
No, that is crazy to
Oh,
do as
that
far
would
as
give me
car
the
sickness
worst-
I used to do
goes.
the same thing driving to Florida.
Yes, but I'm saying you lose that ability.
I feel like a
I
ton
would
of people
vomit.
still do that.
I feel like
I
it's
would
just-
vomit immediately if I was in the backseat of a car reading.
Reading a book right
Same.
now.
Yeah.
Wait, but if you go on your
Yes.
phone,
I
like,
get it on my phone.
Really,
when I get in an
guys?
Uber,
Yeah.
when we land and I get an Uber and we have to Uber from like fucking JFK to the city and it's like bumper to bumper traffic. And if I'm looking at my phone and reading on my phone, I have to take breaks and look out the window or else I like really feel nauseous.
You know what is a place I will never go? What's that new thing in Las Vegas?
Oh,
The Sphere.
I'll never go in the
Yeah,
Sphere.
yeah. Come on.
I think if I, dude, I think if
I want to, but I'm so nervous.
I think if I step foot
It
in the
has to be the
Sphere,
right
I would
show.
throw up everywhere.
Yeah.
We were talking
there
about
are
this the other day.
designated throw up spots. I
Yeah, there
believe.
are. There's a
All
lot
right.
of medical tents.
Listen, I cannot go to a place that has designated throw-up spots.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be in there and it's like, wow.
Yeah, I said that I could do it, but probably only sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Like the thought of going
Oh.
into the Sphere and being like a little,
Yeah.
tipsy or you're on shrooms or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
sounds like a good idea in theory until it's
Well, let me tell you something. It's a
happening.
disaster waiting to happen. I can't wait to see the numbers. I mean, they are picking bands that are just welcoming people to pass out. Like
They're picking bands that people famously do drugs.
famously do drugs to. So it's like, you two, sure, go ahead. You two, be fine, you know?
Is there a Fish concert
Yes,
happening?
Fish is coming up. Fish is next.
Oh, no.
And then after Fish is Dead and Co.
Oh, God.
Like, it's microdose central. They're all
Yeah.
going to be
Anyone has an extra
macro
ticket,
dose.
I will
Right.
go with you.
You and Mincy go to Fish, or who does he like? Not Fish.
He likes
I think he likes Dead and Co. No?
Widespread Panic.
Widespread
Oh.
Panic.
I'll probably
I
be
honest.
also think though
But he
sometimes
does-
when you
it's-
when you lean into a microdose situation, it's almost better. No, remember the summer
Yeah, but
when
you're
we went?
not even hearing the music at
Right.
that point. You're just like,
You're just like, I'm in another
Remember
world.
when we went? We were on the boardwalk this summer, and there was the fun house,
Yeah.
and we were on shrooms, and we were like, "Oh no, we shouldn't." But then we were like, "Wait, what if we just lean into it?" And then we felt so much better
Yeah.
going into the fun house
Yeah.
because
Well, yeah.
because then if you like lean into
Right.
like how you're supposed to feel,
and you should
You
also
almost
like
end
tell
up feeling
yourself that
better.
you're going to be okay. Like if you're going into the sphere being terrified of going to the sphere,
yeah.
bad shit's going to happen.
I can't even look at
In
the
the
sphere.
sphere.
When
Also,
they
I
show
think,
it,
I think being in a group where everyone's doing it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I weirdly enough was listening to this. I was eavesdropping on a lady at the gym the other day who was talking about she went to U2 at the Sphere, and she was like, I had one cocktail and that was all I could do. She was like, it was just, I was overstimulated.
how is that fun? How
I
is
don't
that
know.
any
I-
fun?
So,
Yeah.
Like when you go to an IMAX theater, what, you don't like the screen being that big?
I'm not going there.
IMAX
either.
I mean, I
isn't
think
even
this is
close
yeah. I
to
don't
being
think
like
IMAX
the
comes
Sphere.
even close
When I
to what
went
the
to
Sphere is.
IMAX at one time when we saw Avengers,
Yeah.
I was like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, this is
Yeah,
like
whatever.
this giant
no,
screen.
No, wait. I literally was not what I envisioned at all.
Yeah.
The way people talk about IMAX as if it's wrapping around the whole fucking
yeah,
theater is
yeah,
not.
yeah.
It's
But,
just
like,
a big
when-
screen.
Did you
went
ever
to-
go to the Liberty Science Center?
The what?
Liberty Science Center?
No, but it's not. We passed it
Yeah.
recently. Remember? Yeah, no, I've never been.
Yeah, the Liberty Science Center has they got a big dome like video room like that. But that was like
sick when you were younger. Though.
but that was like yeah, and that was like, oh, go watch
The stars.
in full screen the stars
Oh,
or
yes.
the or like a tale of some sort of animal.
yeah. Well, we
A journey, an
did
animal's
that-
journey.
God, I thought you were talking about the tail.
No,
of
not
the
like
animal.
the literal tale.
was
The
like-
animal
Journey.
story.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We
Like
did that
watch
in
this
other.
the
elephant
same thing.
migrate from this area to the next, you know.
Okay, got it. No, that stuff's for the youth.
But it's like when you went to Drake, you went to the Drake concert, right? He does
Yeah.
like the crazy stuff on the floor, like on the stage floor, right?
Yeah, that was fine because
so it's
it
like
was.
similar.
It's not even close. Not
Like the ground is
even-
moving, but you know.
Oh,
Not.
No,
I'm
You're-
not.
I mean,
under
you're-
the moving part.
I don't know. I don't think I can do it anymore.
you're talking to a guy who played Animal Crossing for 5 hours yesterday, and I was like, "This is it. This is the speed I need." You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
What were we talking?
We were talking about Cirque du
Oh, the
Soleil.
Circus delay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, would we like that date? I wouldn't be too mad, but the Pretty Woman date would be more the speed that you
Right,
want.
you
Trying on dresses
want to
and
get the
stuff.
shot. You come back, you're Kelsey T, and you get the first day. The Maria goes next. You're like,
You're like, are you
For
fucking
sure.
kidding me? She just gets to put on a pretty
You're like,
dress and
holy
go up in a
fuck,
helicopter.
she got the
Which,
shopping date.
By the way, I'll never go in a helicopter.
never.
I will never go in a helicopter.
Helicopter. scary.
I would tend to agree, but I don't know. Maybe I would, depending on the situation.
Listen, I'll never go in a helicopter, but say we're on an island. Say we get thrown into a funky situation,
Yeah.
or cool situation where we're on an island somewhere, and somebody
A
says
deserted island with
That
weeds
sounds like
and
the
last
trees.
place
and-
you
I was
wanna
gonna
do
say
it.
this sounds like the plot of that J Lo
like
Josh
a
Duhamel
like
movie.
a fancy island.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
say
yeah.
we're all at a fancy island somewhere.
Oh,
and
you're talking a
somebody-
5-star treatment.
Yeah, and somebody says, "Oh, I'm going to put you on the helicopter and you're going to go over
Right,
here."
you're talking island hopping on a helicopter.
Yeah, maybe, but no.
I always think that the safest ones would be in New York City because like there's so much on the line. Like it's not gonna. I'm like, it can't crash into buildings, right? Like
I'm so.
I mean,
let's
from your
change the
mouth to
subject.
God's
I'm
ears, no,
so,
I don't like. It's a crazy thing to say. Like you would think, but who knows?
I'm so.
They
scared
make me
of
nervous.
helicopters.
They make
Yeah.
me nervous for sure.
I would
Yeah.
say after like the whole Kobe thing, I think the fear of helicopters.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's
yeah.
absolutely right.
Long distance
Absolutely.
helicopter, not for me. You know, we want. This is.
people take
sorry,
long
I'm
distance
just
helicopters?
flying all over the place today. But there
Please.
is a moment in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the TV show, where they like get on a helicopter in New York, and then they're on like a tropical island. And I'm like, how far did they take this fucking helicopter?
Yeah, actually,
like,
I do.
You know, like I was like,
How long do helicopters
how long
last?
were they? I was like, helicopter. I didn't even know helicopters could go that far. They went from Manhattan to like they looked like they were in the jungles of some tropical islands.
Yeah, how far do helicopters
Well, that's a
go?
TV show,
How
so I'm
fast
not
can
sure.
Yes,
that was
it is a
accurate.
fictionalized show, but you know,
I don't know if that really happened.
Let's see.
it's
how
felt
far?
far fetched.
But yeah, like what's the closest tropical island to Manhattan?
Bahamas
Is that
It
right?
says
Yeah.
typically.
Bermuda.
or Bermuda.
Probably Bermuda.
Yeah.
I think Bermuda's not that far. You can
It's
skip
not.
a stone
Bermuda
to
is
Bermuda.
like 2-hour flight.
Really?
Yeah.
Piston engine helicopters, whatever that means, have an average capacity of 200 to 350 miles, while gas turbine powered helicopters can go 300 to 450 miles.
Okay.
I feel like it's not that far.
I feel like that
yeah,
isn't
it's
that
not
far.
that far.
How far?
Like to LA is like
Oh,
what,
I mean that's
1,500
Yeah,
miles?
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, more than that.
Is that right?
Yeah, I think more.
2,000?
I don't want to sound stupid, but I think it's.
I'm
like,
ready to.
How fast do you think helicopters can fly?
I think it's like
I think
to
it's like,
drive.
I bet it's like 1,800 miles.
How many miles?
Let's all take a guess. We can all be stupid together.
Is it
I'm gonna
to
say-
NYC? Is it from
I'll say like
NYC
1,100.
to LA?
I think it's more than that. Come on.
It is. What did you say, Noah?
1,100.
Okay. No, it's about 2,800.
2,800.
Whoa, that's
Yeah.
way more than I would have thought.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? One way?
Driving. If you were to drive.
Is it different if you're flying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking flying when I said 1,100.
I was thinking flying when I said 1,800.
Flying, they say 25, about.
Damn, that's further than I would have thought.
A little less than 25.
Helicopters definitely can't do that. Yeah, I would
that's
say
fine.
I'm generally afraid of helicopters.
Okay, so we're a bunch of scaredy cats. No Cirque du Soleil date. No helicopter date. We're telling Joey.
Now, if I'm put in
We're
this
saying
situation,
no to every date
I'm
that's coming across our desk.
Now, I'm probably gonna go on this. If I'm in this situation, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna go. Oh, I'm not going to the
Well, I mean, if
helicopter.
Joey's on that
but
helicopter.
I won't be going. I won't be in this situation. So
you
I
know,
don't
they've
have to
had
go
a
on
lot
this
of
helicopter.
seasons. They've had a lot of seasons of this show with a lot of helicopter rides.
Tons.
This is the girl
You know?
who fell out of the...
Rachel.
Rachel. When she just skydived and
Rachel, when they,
face first.
yeah. No, that
What was the Rachel that
that
eventually ended up with Matt James?
Yes.
Wow, that's
she
right.
friggin' face planted.
That was unbelievable.
Came in so hot.
We should play that clip.
Oh my god.
I feel bad.
The live
It's,
show.
Yeah.
it's
We should
man.
recreate
them.
it. Jump off
Yeah.
the stage.
Oh yeah, yeah. You absolutely should.
Yeah.
Like,
Be
what was
hey
this
guys,
like?
remember this?
What the hell was this
Crazy,
like? Matt James was a
crazy.
great Bachelor. Now that I think back, Joey's got me thinking
He's
of
a
like
great person. As a bachelor, what maybe?
really for Matt James.
Yeah, and I
Okay.
think he would agree with me on that.
He would.
Yeah.
I thought he was pretty good. I
Like-
guess maybe I just like him.
Yeah, exactly. As a person, he is great.
That's really what I base
but it's
my
like they didn't-
rankings off of.
Yeah, I don't feel like he got to shine as much as he
He's
has
got
a
more
very big
personality.
personality, and I don't think that was able to shine through
That's fair.
on the show as much.
That's fair.
Okay, I think we're probably done talking about The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Since the last 20 minutes, we've not been talking about The
Talked
Bachelor
about
at all.
helicopters for 20 minutes.
Thank you all for tuning in with Trent. And
Yes, thank you,
Leia and
Trent.
Caitlin got sent home, and now we got 6 girls
Yeah.
going to Jasper, which we don't have to open up that can of worms.
I'm keeping my mouth shut before I start talking about
If you
Banff
listen to
again.
Cutting Stems, you know what we want. But Ria's desires to go to Banff, which we have learned not too far from Jasper, Canada. So put that on the list, folks.
I'm not opening up this can of
If you've
worms.
been to Banff, let Ria know.
Yes, I actually have met a listener of ours that has been to Banff.
Did she tell you that straight up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I literally stalked her page. No, yeah.
Yeah. After talking about it.
She told me in person.
Yeah. Yep.
She said she went to Banff on her honeymoon.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm being very short because I will start talking about this.
Yeah,
place for
right.
20 minutes,
Well,
so I'm,
yep,
I'm cutting
yep,
myself
yep.
off.
And that's a wrap on this week of The Bachelor.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Reminder, those live show tickets are still on sale, so go check those out. We love you very, very much. Have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you on Friday. Bye-bye, even though I thought today was Thursday and I thought tomorrow was Friday. It's not. Okay. Adios.